Holy shit, we fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
Not really,
We
though.
more like got fucked than we fucked up.
Yeah, we got fucked.
And we got fucked up.
Yeah. And we did
And
get
we got
fucked.
fucked up thanks to the boys at 10th Mountain.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is actually what this is all about. We had such a good time on that show that we didn't realize that there was actually something wrong. Technically,
We did.
So we wanted to give you guys a quick warning that the following episode
It's mediocre.
It's,
is,
yeah.
it
not
follows
gonna,
the standard.
The audio's not going to be the best.
The good news is the only thing we lost from that episode is my microphone. So nobody has to listen to me.
Well, that's nice.
That's not anything new. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So,
no
but
big
other than
deal.
that, the boys from 10th Mountain are on there. And, boy from 10th Mountain.
Yeah.
Telling stories and slinging booze. And we had a great time. So, enjoy this episode and,
Sorry.
yeah.
Not sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but not sorry.
You know what you signed on for.
Yeah.
We're mediocre at best. So,
So,
enjoy it best we can. In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast. Holy shit.
I'm drunk again.
He's drunk again. Did you quit?
Already?
Did you quit again? Because last time you quit, you were just like, I quit.
The podcast.
podcast,
everything.
remember?
are you actually here for the show?
I think you did. I think.
He's back. Oh, okay.
he's back.
I think
What's
you
up,
did. I think
everybody?
you quit everything.
It is us.
I just
Your
quit in general.
Favorite 4 mediocre fucking miscreants, the Freedom Friends. I am Mikey. That is Jazz. That is Scott. That is John. And today, we have
An
a guest.
infiltrator.
An infiltrator, if you will.
Trader.
Yeah. This is a good guest. This is a guest that actually brought treats.
He did.
He brought treats.
He brought presents.
And that's fucking cool. Like, if you're going to show up and just be like, hey, I'm going to be on your show,
No.
and you bring presents.
The gifts came before
Yeah.
the offer to be
This
on the
dude
show.
showed up.
Oh, nice.
Mainly from what I understand, he showed up and said, "I understand the importance of hydration, so I
Yeah.
have brought you the water of life."
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, that means whiskey.
Yeah.
Do us a favor, man. Show us, tell us about yourself, what your name, introduce yourself, and who you work for.
Yeah.
His name already?
I did. I did.
back
What's
to that
up, everybody?
fucking guy.
Hey, great
TBI.
to have.
Well, when you
everybody
asked him, he didn't
listening.
answer it.
Yeah, he did. You just weren't listening.
Well, it's not
This
that
is
important.
Jason from 10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirit Company up in Vail, Colorado. My buddies and I were a bunch of ski bums, but obviously we wanted to name something amazing to our hometown, which is the birthplace of the 10th Mountain First Division, 1940. We represent that, very proud on our chests and on our backs. And I'm sharing some good whiskey with my new friends here and smoking a great cigar. And we'll do a little cheers right now and let you guys see what you guys think about the bourbon.
You know what? Man, I'm not lying. You guys know that I'm a pretty good big bourbon guy.
Yeah.
Like, and I know you guys are as well. Jazz is a huge bourbon guy. You guys are more Irish whiskeys and stuff.
Yeah, bourbon's definitely my
But
drink of choice.
What do you guys
this
think?
is it's smooth. It's very smooth.
I drink that. I'd absolutely drink that.
Delicious.
How
I
long
like
do you guys,
that,
how long do you guys age?
You're never gonna believe this. When you look at the bottle, when you look at actually the bottle, we are proudly to say it's only got 1 year on that, and the reason being is that, yep, what most experts think is that we are between about 6 and 8, and the reason being is that altitude and water and purity of product are our friends.
Yeah.
So because the aging process at 8,100 feet where we distill, it helps speed it up, so we get more of that amazing cut. And like my girlfriends up there, they age faster, just like our bourbon.
Nice.
That's why I got rid of them all and moved to LA.
There you go. There you go. That's cool. I got a gay cousin, man. I'll introduce you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Bro, everybody's gay once in a while.
It's only gay if you push back.
Exactly.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. It's only gay if you push back.
No, it's pretty
So-
good. It's a little bit more sweet forward, and I think that's what's
Yeah.
smoothing it out a little bit.
It's-
But I think that might have to do with the 1 year, is you're just not ending up with quite as much of that oakiness. It's not a complaint on my end. It's just
No.
No.
makes
so
it
what,
very,
it's
very
a-
drinkable.
Yeah, so
It's very
exactly what
drinkable.
you get is, I mean, I could say Jim Murray all the time, but I'll just tell you exactly what I think on the palate. It's the most palatable bourbon. Everything that we make is community-based, so we wanted people to be able to sit around and enjoy live music, be able to be in our community and have something that's not just a one and done. The one and done, everybody's done. You know what I mean? Like cliche. But, you know, we want people to sit around and enjoy it. So by actually putting the mash bill at 75% corn on the bourbon,
Yeah.
you know, 21%
Gives it more
rye.
sweet forward.
Yeah, and then the aging process is nice because the caramelization comes out on that barrel faster in a 1-year-old barrel because we're at, you know, 8,000 feet. So in 1 year, we get a better product than most people can make in 6.
Where's your white oak sourced from?
I have no idea.
At least he's
Wherever
honest.
white oak is grown. Well, because like a lot of people,
No, I'm
like
just saying because
a lot of people don't
sourcing
realize.
and stuff is
yeah.
a thing. There's a lot of bourbons out there that'll go with single source corn and stuff like that, and then they
Yeah.
have particular white oak growth that they'll go with for their barrels, and
Yeah.
they have a particular person they like to do the charring. Like a lot of that gets like super. I'm a bourbon guy.
Yeah,
you know,
correct.
so,
We use American char oak for,
Okay.
and to answer that, we get our grain sources from farmers that we actually know and recycle right back to them.
Oh,
so
great.
we're using
Oh, that's
everything.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
from
you
Colorado.
putting the mash back to them so they can.
Yep, exactly.
They're- okay.
Recycle right back.
So they're following out with you. and stuff
Exactly.
like that. That's awesome.
That's cool, man. That's cool. It's good to see somebody doing it
Yeah.
organic like that.
So are you? So you're small batching all your corn and stuff like that. Are you single sourcing or are you small batching?
Small batching.
Okay.
It takes about a couple different grain sources for us to get the exact mash bill right.
Yeah, well, because you're getting it's a really interesting sweetness. It is
Yes.
definitely a corn sweetness. Like I don't want any of the listeners to confuse it with me saying that it's on the sweet side.
Yeah.
That it's sugary because it's not. It is
No, no,
still
no.
very, very much a whiskey.
Yeah, yeah.
But it
It's a
is
good
on
bourbon.
the sweeter side of things. Like it, and which does make it, like you were saying,
Mm.
extremely drinkable in a social environment because you're not. It's not drying the palate out. You're not stuck on kind of muscling through this fiery oaky bourbon. Like it is on the sweeter, more palatable side, which I can see that whole concept of. It lets you stay more in the hangout and not so much on having to think about the drink, which is
exactly. And
it's cool. It's very easy to drink.
I lived in Georgia for about 6 years, and when I was down there, I realized that so much of the Kentucky punch is like a one and done. And it's like I understand that a lot of the whiskeys are so amazing in that region, but we really wanted to create something, even being a young whiskey, that has such amazing complexity, but it allows people to relax and enjoy versus thinking I'm getting kicked in my throat. When you take it, you get the vanillas, oaks, and honeys. You get the toast, and if you put a rock on it, it smooths out the toast in the middle, and then it has that nice dry vanilla finish. And it tells you, hey, look, you know, if I'm a bourbon drinker, which I am, and we're sitting around having cigars and enjoying ourselves, I want to enjoy the entire hour with you guys, and I don't want to be like, I'm out. You know?
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we came up with, and I feel like we did a good job. And like I said, with the 92 on Jim Murray's Whiskey Bible, we didn't pay him for that, and nobody slept with him that I know of.
That sounds like a missed
We're doing a pretty
opportunity.
good job.
Right? God.
I mean, do you need somebody
You
to
mean you
sleep with
could
him?
you could
Do you want to?
I'm saying,
I mean
sounds
I know. It's
sounds like it'd be an experience.
it's
is all I'm
something
saying.
there. I wonder if he'd rate it.
I got a
Where do I fall?
96.
Where do I fall on the
Excuse
100
me,
point scale?
you just got an 85.
I'd be like, 80s gravy, bitch. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's passive. I don't know.
That's
It's,
passive,
a
man.
solid B.
C's get degrees, bro.
I'm just saying. I am a 2-0 and go kind of fucker. Like that's how this is going down.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Oh, man.
We have the bourbon, but you brought us.
Why isn't that a thing? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off real quick, but
Walk us through the line.
yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's way better than my
I think I know where you were going,
know.
and I
You
kind
were
of still
like-
want to have that conversation.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But let's put a pin in that.
Yeah, let's come back. Let him show off a little bit. then we'll get
Everybody
weird.
has cut off the bourbon at this point.
Never.
We just got going. All right, here we go.
That's a good sign.
we brought our rye whiskey as well, which our rye whiskey is our flagship. So we got a 94, and I donated one of these guys to have a sleeping contest with Jim Murray to get a 95 next year. But no, our rye whiskey is obviously one of our big flagships, and then
Dude,
we have our
I will
peach
totally
sage
bang into
vanilla
it for a bottle
cordial.
of rye.
As long
Just
as-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the peach sage vanilla cordial right now, I'm gonna tell you guys, you guys are like the ugliest guys I've ever done a podcast with, but it's a penny dropper. So if you guys got pennies on, prepare. It's done.
Don't
Does
you
it work
threaten
on
me with a good
Silkies?
time.
I'm already a couple of those.
It comes with silkies.
Nice. I like it.
What else you got down there in the end?
Wait a minute, is
Yep,
that real?
so
or
we
you-
have our-
Are you
That's
fucking
real,
with me?
that's not real. He's got super
He's
serious.
like, yeah, dude, really? Are you really considering that?
Like,
No,
does it
they're
actually
coming in.
come with
If
silkies?
it came with a bottle, if that bottle came with a pair of silkies, you'd probably increase
yeah.
your sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my 2 nights ago. Anyway.
Oh, dude.
No, we also have our potato vodka, which is absolutely amazing. It's 100% potato.
Oh, I like potato
Super
vodka.
clean.
Can I see
This
that?
is delicious.
Yeah,
Here, let me
you
get you
get
a glass.
the peppers, the florals,
potato
and then
vodka.
this nice like silky finish. with people who do not like vodka can change their mind in like 1 second. It's that good, and I'm just gonna let my man with the biggest beard. And I heard that this guy sucks at dodgeball.
Yeah, it's true. I'm terrible at dodgeball.
Okay, just
Yes.
checking. I told you I'd take you back.
You know what it is?
Yeah, it's totally
He
true.
didn't have a good dodgeball coach. We
Yeah.
determined this.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, we figured out that in the military, one of the biggest missing pieces
So Vince Vaughn was not there.
is that there's
That's
no
exactly what it is.
there's no dodgeball coach.
Yeah.
Like they're
they
just like
teach you everything else that you need to know
Except
about
for
life,
how to
except for how to
dodge.
dodge.
How to not get shot.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
Dodge, dip, duck,
dodge.
dodge,
and dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dive, and dodge.
Yeah.
So here we go. Vodka.
5 Ds of dodgeball.
What do you think? That's pretty good, huh?
wow.
Yeah. We tried
really
all this
good, man.
before you guys got here.
I really
so-
like this. Yeah, this is You tried this?
No.
Taste that shit.
Let me finish my whiskey first. Fuck, man.
I don't think this is
I'm over here
You
enjoying
guys
the whiskey.
sharing cups?
I actually don't
it
think
doesn't
I
matter.
don't think that this will
My girl makes me get
will-
like a test before I do stuff like this. So just make
Dude,
sure.
if Mikey
you
and I
get
were
it.
going to share something, it's happened by now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Jazz and I aren't like we already got plenty of shit that we can't wipe off, I'm sure,
Yeah.
that we've caught
Look,
from each other.
Anything that we have, I can't catch twice.
Yeah. The same. Yeah.
Nothing's in it.
Yeah. And
I,
then we
I don't
held
drink a
each-
lot of vodka, so you just give me a second.
Dude, this is it's not like it doesn't hit like a vodka. It's
No, it's actually pretty smooth.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's
Wait
really
for
good, man.
it. Yeah. It's amazing, huh?
Potato vodka is one of
Pretty
those like that's the good thing about potato vodka is potato vodkas you can really sip on. That's
Scott,
like
Scott, you want to kill that? Or Mikey, you want to kill that?
yeah.
I got two in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Why, what do you
So
got? What's
is this
that?
the only one that you haven't gone over yet?
No, yeah. So, well, we have 2 more to go.
Oh, see,
so
that's not good. It's in a mason
no.
jar, so
This
nothing
is
good can come of
delicious.
this.
This is delicious.
Is that just
we,
corn
ha-
liquor?
we had a guy who
Is that just
swore
straight
off
corn liquor?
mason jars like 2 nights
so
ago,
nice.
and he's a whiskey sommelier guy, and he told me I swore off mason jars back in Kentucky, and I think we won him over.
Yeah, it's just corn liquor.
Yeah. Dude, the last time I drank anything out of a mason jar,
Oh,
I
wow.
decided I was running for
The
president.
Colorado
That is
flag,
corny.
and
Like you can actually smell the corn in this shit. Wow, that's weird.
It's so good.
That's weird.
it's like corn amazing.
Yeah. Corn of action.
Mikey's going right there. Pour it in that one.
Yeah.
The vodka's not going to change the taste.
Would you
of
say it's something like hardcore corn or like softcore corn?
No, I kind of like to think like when I get up and like do like a little like hip hop dance with like a little grilled corn action, like
That's
and
hardcore
slap
corn.
it to the side. That's
Hardcore
exactly
That's
what it looks
hardcore
like.
corn.
Can we,
Hardcore corn.
can we start a moonshine website and call it Corn Hub?
Fucking awesome.
Done. If you guys feature me every single week,
Yeah.
That reminds me of that old Dane
Fucking
Cook
great.
bit where he was like, "My dick feels like corn."
Be fucking great.
Oh, well, dude, thank you for bringing treats, man. Bringing treats is always it's always a good time.
God damn it.
let's see what you guys think of the moonshine. Come on, let's go to the head.
I hit it. It's good. It's delicious.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
and it literally it tastes like you can tell it's corn liquor.
That's really good.
So my wife makes a corn casserole,
Oh, yes.
and I can taste it in this. It's amazing.
So you're saying hardcore corn tastes like your wife?
Oh,
Oh.
It tastes like your wife's.
Yeah.
What does you? Would you say that your wife makes hardcore corn casserole?
Yes, my wife makes hardcore corn casserole.
That's, that is a true statement.
If she added this, it would go from softcore corn casserole to hard corn casserole.
Yeah,
is this available on Pornhub?
it would be like
Soon.
Cornamax.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Oh, corn
Right?
pubs.
Your bosses are gonna be so happy you were this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
What'd you do? What'd you do for marketing? Well, I went on this podcast. Which one is it? You don't want to hear it.
They didn't publish it. It's okay.
Find this on Pornhub.
Yeah.
So, fuck boys. Got some drinks in us.
Well,
did.
let's get
Cigars.
back.
So let's get back on task
Yeah,
here.
let's touch back on
Somebody
something
kick
we
it
were
off.
talking about earlier.
Hey, how was y'all's weekend?
Yeah. Scott, what'd you do?
You don't fuck with tradition.
That's
You don't fuck with tradition, John. It's a true story.
This weekend I didn't do a whole lot. One, I thought the McGregor fight was on Friday. Mistake.
Yeah, so did I.
So-
So did I.
no. The
Remember
best
that?
part is
So
that
did
I called about 15 different bars trying to find out who's playing the fight, and everyone's like, "No, we're not playing that tonight." Not a single one said it's tomorrow.
Nobody wanted to for that money.
No.
so then Saturday happened, and I was sitting around home not doing shit, and I felt like continuing to sit around home and not doing shit. So I didn't even watch the fight, which at this point I'm not too disappointed that I didn't watch the fight.
Yeah, you can watch all 40 seconds of it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most of Mikey's Snapchats last longer than the fucking fight.
that's
was
really
played.
true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I've probably gotten more out of those too.
thanks.
You probably lost more dodgeball fights less than that.
Probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so we were all wrong.
Here's the last one.
We were all wrong.
A little chunk of like a movie.
Cowboy did not win.
Yeah, all of us sucked at the prediction
I
thing.
would like to say though that it was, I think that was a little bit. I mean, shit just happens, and he caught that shoulder. I don't think.
Caught a kick to the
It
face.
started with that kick,
Well, it
Yeah.
started with the
and
shoulder,
then
when he
yeah,
hits-
and then I mean, it just the connection was there, and I think that
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
it definitely rocked him. Like you could see it that it was
Yeah.
he got fucking rocked, and then Connor did what Connor does best, and he fucking closed it. Like
The
it
good
was.
news out of this.
I couldn't believe how fucking big Connor was. He walked out.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like,
like
holy
heavy.
fuck, he is
That's
giant.
Anorexic every other fight.
Dude, I had never seen him that big. He walked out. He is fucking yoked. I was like, oh shit, this is a different fight than I thought I was going to see. I was like, whew.
I don't know. That,
Maybe, dude. Maybe.
don't know.
Been injecting proper 12 into his fucking ass. So, yeah.
Proper 12 testosterone.
Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a lot to write home about. Like it
yeah, I wish
it dinged, it did a little bit,
wish
kick to
we
the
would've
face.
seen-
10 seconds later, it was fucking over, and that was like it. I mean, it wasn't. I'd have been pissed if I'd paid for it.
You know
I'll tell you
what?
that much.
The-
I'd have been
I'd have
angry.
been fucking mad.
Yeah.
The cool part about that fight was seeing Connor
Not be a douchebag.
not be a douchebag. Like he was, very a lot of sportsmanship went into that.
Which
Yeah.
I think Cowboy definitely set the tone on that because he
Yeah,
just
definitely.
wasn't feeding the hype. He was just like, yeah, we're gonna have a fight. Like I don't.
Well, and
It's
then,
our job.
Connor talked to Cowboy's grandma. That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
did you see
Did
that?
you
He
guys
gave her a
see-
hug and shit.
Did
She
you
came
guys
up and
see
gave. She stole the show, man, because she came up and gave him a hug.
Yeah.
And well, of course, because you know how
Thank you
much
for
fucking
kicking my
money they
boy's
made.
ass.
Even the loser of that fight, Cowboy still walked away with a nice fucking chunk. You
Did
know,
you guys
like
see the numbers of the earnings
No.
that they were putting up?
no.
I was trying to
$12.
Yeah, I was trying to stream this illegally, and that was one of the parts that I actually did get to stream. And there's one year that Connor made $99 million, and then the next year he didn't even fight, and he made something like $40-something million. Didn't
Jesus
even fight.
Christ,
Yeah, and,
that's terrible.
I am so stupid in life.
That's it. Like,
Well, if you're willing to go get
I'll
punched
the
in the
shit
face,
kicked out of it.
like a lot.
No talent ass clowns that we all are like
Yes.
sitting around. Like
Yeah.
I wish we had that.
I'm gonna go to your comment on that. If I'm willing to get, I am willing to get punched in the face.
No, I would
However,
too.
I guess I'm not willing to train to be competitive enough to get the opportunity to be punched in the face.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm
that's not.
going cold. Like
what
no
I'm about.
training right now. I'd get in the ring for fucking way less than that.
Like
How
that
much?
fucking like that Tyson fight.
Let's talk. Let's do some math here.
Yeah.
$100.
Maybe a little more than that. We're talking tens of hundreds of dollars.
That's not, it's
Tens of
unbelievable.
hundreds.
Tens of hundreds.
You can punch me in the
I'm
face
gonna give you another bourbon, sir.
for
Well, now that it takes
for $2,500. You can punch me in the face repeatedly. It's like, nope, sorry, it's just not enough.
I mean, I've been hit in the face for a lot less. You're like shit.
Yeah, but I don't know if
But to add to that, we were talking about it earlier. If you guys don't mind me chiming in on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not think that a lot of the UFC knows that this is going to happen, and what they think is like, yo, they just sold the biggest trilogy, bigger than a Star Wars franchise. It's just the fact that they know that they're going to come back, and
So you're saying you think this might be staged just a little bit?
I think so, 100%. I don't think that Cowboy.
Maybe not staged.
Not
maybe
staged.
orchestrated.
I think preferences
Exactly.
are known.
Very politically done. UFC knows what they're doing. I think Connor, these guys are business guys. They know that it is such a multi-million-dollar business that they know that the next time that they're coming up, they're going to get double that. And then by the time they do a triple, it's going to be ridiculous. And I look forward to it because I love the hype. I love the hype that these guys are doing.
I would like to think that this was not a.
I don't
I
think
don't
it was,
wanna think that.
I don't think it was staged, but I do think that they know how to work the cards. It is still a show business. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a fight, but it's still show business. I don't think it's staged. I don't think they're telling anybody like, hey, you need to open this up or like this is our preference or anything like that. Like, but I do think they know they know how to put those cards together so that the right characters end up in the right
If
places.
somebody was told how, like, you need to lose in 40 seconds, well, how the fuck does that even happen? How, you know what I mean? Like,
No, you're saying I don't think.
Do
it
you
was,
think? Do
I
you
don't
think
it
this
was
guy is
staged.
throwing hay bales around and like kicking ass and like not being prepared for this Irish?
I think he was totally prepared. I
That's
think-
what I'm saying. In
I
40
think he-
seconds?
I think he caught a fucking shoulder, and it fucking. I think that was.
Yeah, I think it was.
bad luck.
I think it was those shoulder shots, and then when he was able to connect with that kick,
That
he
kick
was
fucking rocked
visibly
him.
rocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
he softened him up.
His arms dropped. As soon as that kick hit him, his arms went. Bleh.
Yeah.
He turned into fucking
So,
spaghetti
I
arms.
mean, it's-
you know,
I
like
mean, he was bleeding after the first shoulder.
I mean, so
like-
yeah, it was
you
just.
can't really defend that.
It's
Yeah.
I see where your point is, and I thought about it
Yep.
before you even said it, and I don't. God, I would hope that that's not.
It's any. Well, even the commentators and stuff were like, "This is how it goes. Like you can train and train and train and train, but if that shot's just right, like
You know what the best thing
Yeah.
about
I would love to see it. I would love to see a rematch
the best
of this.
thing about Cowboy
100%.
losing.
Yeah.
The best thing about Cowboy losing out of this whole thing was Dan Blazarian losing like $1 million on the fucking fight.
Yeah, I'm good with
Right.
that. Fuck
Oh
that
no
guy.
shit! No, I didn't see that.
He has an Instagram post where it's stacks of $100 bills on a whole fucking 4x8 table.
He bet everything on them.
He bet everything on Cowboy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm really good with that.
Yeah, I feel better about this whole situation.
Yeah.
good job, Connor.
Yeah, fucking well done, Connor. Fucking
Well done,
Aaron,
Connor.
Aaron go bra, brother. That's awesome.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
like betting some pocket change. Does it say how much he actually bet, Justin? Hopefully you guys can see our new TV. Like,
Yeah.
This
It-
is awesome.
Now, mind you, this is an
It says
audio
close to
show,
a
but if you're
million.
watching us on YouTube,
Yeah, that's
Uh,
on YouTube. So it's close,
Close to $1 million liquid.
Jesus.
Jesus.
So
Fuck
That's nothing.
that.
He's just
Dan,
pissed off.
Dan, if you're willing to bet $1 million on something, why don't you bet it on Warfighter Tobacco?
Dan, give us money.
It'll take me longer than
Fuck
40
that.
seconds to
Freedom
lose that
friends, all
point.
right? Give us money, motherfucker.
we need
Ted Fountain, give us-
we need a
give us
sponsor.
whiskey. Oh, you did.
Yeah.
yeah, wait.
Oh, numbers just came in. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
mission accomplished. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, it was interesting the way it panned out, but to be totally honest with you, not an overly exciting fight, and I think, and that's actually one of the strongest arguments for the fact that it's not staged, because it just
Those ones are
it
delicious.
just wasn't that exciting of a fight, and staging out a fight that is that boring does not bode well for people to continue to buy your
Yeah.
pay-per-views
Ask Mike Tyson.
and bars, and yeah,
Because that's exactly what happened to Tyson. Like
and
Tyson
bars
back in the day.
and bars continuing to pay like the exorbitant amount of money it takes to be able to broadcast that shit, like that shit in the bar and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Like you're not gonna get all of that money if every fight is staged like that, where it's gonna end that quick. Like they need the show to keep making money. So
So anyway, that's how my weekend went.
Yeah.
How did your weekend?
My weekend was awesome.
Yeah?
It was pretty good. Pretty
He's hanging
good.
out with Dan.
Yeah, right. Fuck, I wish, dude. Shit.
No, he was handing out candy to
Yeah.
starving children. And you
No, well, so Friday, my wife had bought me tickets to go see a comedy show. Go to see Bumpin' Mites with Jeff Ross and David Tell.
Oh, that sounds fun.
awesome show.
It was great, and she couldn't make it, so she was like, "Pick somebody to go
So you
with."
brought your other wife.
So I brought my other wife, brought my side bitch, Jazz,
bitches.
what up?
and so Jazz and I, we go to the show at the lovely Majestic Theater, beautiful place.
Gorgeous theater.
Little too proud of their fucking alcohol.
What you fuck?
So
You're
Jess
lucky it
is
was
like,
your birthday.
he's like, I'll get the round, man. Double Jameson and gingers, pull them out, da da da, and buy a little thing of caramels
Right.
to like snack on.
Dude was like, chick goes, that's gonna be $53. I was like, what the?
And I was like, oh shit.
Each drink was $23.
Yeah.
Each cocktail, and I was like,
God damn.
I just paid.
She's like, it's for the experience.
And she was like, well, you
he's
paid
like,
for the
what the
experience.
fuck did I pay for the
Literally,
ticket for?
the instant response was, no, I'm pretty sure the cost of the ticket covered the fucking experience.
No. Waitress, I'm waiting for the experience.
Yeah,
right?
fucking hell. No, they didn't even bring it to me. I had to go.
Back room,
Right?
please.
I had to go ask some old chick at the bar to fucking pour this thing. So each cocktail was the cost of a bottle of JMO. I
Yeah.
was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, talk about 1,000% fucking markup, man.
It
They
was
sell one
insane.
drink and they buy a bottle of JMO.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking
You know, they got to
ridiculous.
make their money somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking-
and the bathrooms didn't even work.
So how many rounds of drinks did you guys have?
Well, we had 2 because I went and paid for the second round. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'll
Well,
get the second one, buddy.
So we went to the bar first.
Yeah.
Like we went to another bar
yeah.
and pre-gamed there.
Yeah. So,
So-
we had a little bit of sauce in us.
And I didn't fucking mind covering that tab like at all because we drink there all the time. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, Mikey get hammered at this bar and I'm out like $12.
yeah.
Like, it doesn't fucking-
This place is cheap. You know,
cheap
very
as
very
fuck.
cheap.
and
Last
went
time
there.
John was at that bar, he saw tits.
Oh, that bar.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking
It's a
bar.
good
Yeah,
bar.
it's a great bar. Yeah, it's a great bar.
Remember?
I do. That's the first night I met Mikey.
Yeah.
No, because
Did
they've been
he
to the bar
show
since
his tits?
Oh yeah.
First time he was at that bar, he saw tits.
He doesn't have to go to a bar to see my tits.
The last time he was at that bar, you had to choke a motherfucker out.
And I left early that night.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because we all Irish goodbye, and then
Well,
you
somebody else
almost went
choked
to
him out, and then I fucking beat the shit out of the kid. Yeah.
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 I pulled a Mikey and did Irish
Because we all
goodbye.
Irish goodbye, and then
Because he's notorious
Yeah.
for it.
They fucking I Irish goodbye on Saturday.
fucking.
I'll get to that. But
I read
but
that fucking room that night.
let's-
We were all there. I was like, I'm fucking out.
Let's
Yep.
let's finish Friday though. So Friday,
was-
Jazz and I are we go to the show. Show was decent, a little rehearsed. I could tell it was a little rehearsed. You know.
Unlike the Freedom Friends.
Yeah. Fucking do it live.
That in the moment portions of the show were solid. Like
Mm-hmm.
when they brought people up on stage and they were like organically riffing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That was super funny and super solid. The
Yeah.
rest of it, you could tell that this was.
This was like day 30 of a 35-day tour.
Yeah.
You know,
it
like
was,
they've done this fucking show
it was
routine
so
like
rehearsed.
fucking a lot. You know,
It
and
was too
like,
smooth. And then they lost all the energy and like there's something like, oh wow, yeah, fuck, next joke. Like it was just. The actual in the moment portions where they riffed and stuff like that, which, in all fairness to them, they did rush the front half of the show
True.
to get to that because I think that's where they have the most fun. But that part was pretty good.
That was good.
Yeah.
So we watched the show, and after the show, we're like, hey, let's we were gonna meet them. First of all, we were gonna like meet them because they were like doing a meet and greet afterwards.
Yeah.
But the fucking line
Yeah, it was insane.
was like wrapped around them. I was like, I like them. I don't like them that fucking much.
Yeah.
I was like, so
Oh,
like,
you left out the quest for the nachos before the show though.
oh yeah, that's true. We fucking.
It was
like,
a weird night, man.
Jazz was just like, you know what I could go for? Fucking nachos. And I was like what kind of nachos? He's like bullshit cheese
Like
and
Rico's
chips.
Rico's
fucking
cheese nachos, like that.
Antonio, tell me you found nachos.
They
We
were all
found
like bougie
options for
nachos because we were like downtown.
If I wanted to
Bougie
drop like
nachos.
$14 on fucking nachos, and I was like,
Yeah.
no, I want round chips that are sort of stale and have way too much salt on them, liquid fucking cheese and old jalapenos. Like that's all I
That's like
fucking
what we
want right now.
wanted. Yeah, like we were
Stale
on board with it.
jalapenos.
Yeah,
That's what
we
you
that's all I
wanted.
fucking wanted.
So we couldn't find those.
We're like, so Mikey and I leave one bar.
We go to the fucking Majestic and we're like, do you have nachos? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you have? They're like, we have M&Ms. I'm like, that's like the farthest fucking thing from nachos
Yeah.
ever, man. Like, stop. Why are you talking to me like that's a viable fucking option? Like,
What
Jesus.
salesperson does that?
Like fucking terrible ones.
Well, that one chick was like, "Hey, gummy bears." I was like, "The fuck?
What a gummy bears and
You didn't even
nachos
offer
have
me.
in common.
You didn't even offer me another type of chip.
yeah, right? Like shit.
You went from
Like,
nachos
at least
to
go for like a
gummy
trail
bears.
mix or fucking something, man. Like shit. It was weird. It was fucking weird. It was a weird answer from a customer service perspective.
Yeah. It was
And
fucking
then,
odd.
so we leave the comedy show. We go walking around, and we just start chirping at fucking literally everybody on the street.
Randos. Well, so
Like,
before
just-
we started walking around finding out what the fuck we were gonna do, we come out of the theater and across the street we see this weird like tiki bar thing that
Yeah.
was called like fucking
I don't know.
Aloha San Antonio.
It was like
or some
it's
shit.
like well, it's like a
Yeah, something like that.
It's like a pop up bar that they had set up because
Yeah, it
the
was
San
fucking
Antonio Cocktail Conference is in town.
yeah.
Oh, hey.
So-
fucking craft
So
whatever
we
the fuck
went
was going
to
on. So we just walked in.
yeah, we walked in, free booze. It was like free drinks. So we went in there. The first drink was garbage. The second one was good, and then there was this dude selling jerky,
So
and I was like,
my
"This jer-
favorite part was we go to that first table
Yeah.
where they were making the cocktail. They make us the cocktail, hand it to us. We each take one sip, and we're like, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Turned around, looked at each other, was like, this is fucking hot garbage. Then there was like this fucking sassy black lady that was over there, and she was like, what are you drinking, honey? And we held them up. She's like, you don't want to drink that shit. Put it down right now. And she like took the drinks from us. And she picks up 2 more cups, hands it to me, and goes, wrap those lips around this. And, like, hands us the drink.
Oh shit!
And I was like,
looked at each
I
other,
was
we were
like,
done,
we are going the right
sweetheart.
fucking direction.
Yeah, this lady's awesome.
Whiskey salesman, take notes.
Yeah. This is how
High
it's fucking
five.
done.
High fives.
Yeah. This is how it's fucking done. She
Yeah,
goes,
she was
wrap
good.
your lips around this. Hands it to us. We start drinking it, and she goes, now, put that in. She points to this dude with this epic fucking mustache that hands us cups of beef jerky. And I was like, this is definitely going according to plan, and I didn't even have a fucking plan. So
we're
this is
like,
amazing.
we're eating this jerky, and it's legit jerky. It's
Fucking
good.
good. Yeah, it was solid.
real good. And this dude, I guess he just started making jerky just for fun. And we were
Dude
like,
started
I was
jerking
like,
his
do you-
meat for profit.
I was like, do you have like a
Awesome.
card or
Goddamn.
anything? And the best part was,
Fucking American dream.
I
the
am
best part
trying to do the
was,
same thing.
is that he had stickers that were just his fucking face.
It was just this
like
dude's
his
face with a mustache.
with a goofy fucking mustache smile.
So here was the best part.
Isn't that what you guys do at Warfighters? It's like
So
a
it's-
picture of like one of your faces.
So here's the best part, right? Their stickers say Warfighter Tobacco Company on them.
This kid said nothing. It was
This
just
kid
his face.
a sticker.
Sounds like Matt Booth to me.
Yeah,
Dude,
it was.
like,
It was just a sticker of this dude's face. No name, no website, no number,
but apparently,
no nothing.
it's
Just a
Mustache House jerky.
stash house.
Stash
house.
Stash House
jerky.
jerky.
So here was the best part.
Put
It
my
wasn't-
beard where it belongs.
It wasn't like that where it's like a rendering. It was just like a
picture.
photo of this dude's
They
head.
just took a selfie and had stickers printed.
Yeah, it was like somebody facing to hold him on a fucking sticker. It
But
was
it's just
hilarious.
It's just his face. Like there's no neck, no nothing. It's just his head as a
sticker.
matte finish photo sticker of his head.
Somebody should steal that before he trademarks it.
It's so
Can you do that? Oh,
Every time you take a selfie, bitch, you owe me money.
fucking great. So dude hands us. So he's like.
Yeah, right? It's fuck.
So then we were like, "This is pretty good fucking jerky, man. Like it's pretty solid." He goes, "Do you like it?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, it's pretty good." He was like, "Hold on,
Jazz goes, it's pretty good. He goes, it's not fucking nachos.
you know, want
And
some fucking
and the
nachos?"
kid was like, what? And I was like, that's not against you. That's not against you.
So dude was like, "Well, hold on." Reaches under the table and pulls out this like 3-foot long bag of beef jerky. Starts grabbing handfuls of it and stuffs it in some more cups. Hands it to Mikey and I. At this point, we finished the first round of the good cocktail.
Yeah.
So the chick goes, "I got more for you, baby."
Yeah.
Hands us another drink, and I was like,
Like, all
"We're
right.
never leaving." We're like, "This is
Like,
this is
It's
fucking outstanding."
Free booze and beef jerky. Like,
Right.
holy fuck.
Done.
So we hang out there for a little bit, and I was like, let's walk around.
Yeah. So we finished
We
the
go
drink.
walking around.
So
We
now,
finished that drink. We walk
So we
around.
finished the drink, but we still have cups of beef jerky because this
Yeah.
is that jerky that like makes your jaw hurt after a while,
Yeah, this
right?
is like the-
you gotta work on this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, this is jerky.
So
This
we
ain't that
walk-
fucking
The
soft
girl was
shit.
saying the same thing, so don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
No.
So we
Yeah.
we
I
walk
don't think
out of
she
this.
was. I think she was fucking just fine.
I don't think she's been drinking at all. To be totally honest, I think that was just her.
I think she's just a pusher.
Yeah, it's fucking great. So we walk out on the street, knowing that we can't walk around downtown San Antonio with a cocktail, which is a fucking shame.
Which you
'cause
can on the Riverwalk.
You can on the
but
river,
you can't up on the street.
But it would be great to be able to walk around downtown San Antonio.
Yeah, it'd
with
be
a
cool
drink.
if we had
It'd be
Vegas rules, but we
fucking
don't.
Great.
So as soon as you get up off the stairs, as soon as you get up off the
You
stairs,
can't hold the drink anymore.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're on the Riverwalk, you
you
walk
kidding
around
me?
all the booze you want.
Yeah, on
You
the
have to
river
be
itself.
on the Riverwalk.
So as long as you are within falling distance of the river with no rail on it at all, as long as you are on that 4-foot wide sidewalk that has no stoppage between you and falling into the water that has active watercraft traveling up and down it, you can drink.
So if I'm cool
But if you're
with
going to get
taking-
away from that hazard, you can no longer drink.
At how many steps can I take with a 10th Mountain whiskey bottle before I get arrested coming up the stairs?
In San Antonio?
Yeah.
If you're just holding the bottle and it has a cap on it, you're fine.
Yeah, do it all day.
What if I do it like open?
Then you can get in trouble.
That might depend on the cop.
The
Yeah.
first step. So we need to tell all our customers stay right on the Riverwalk, and that's cool. You
Just
can walk
stand at the
around.
top stair. Yeah, just fucking
All
just
right.
don't step onto the street.
For everybody listening, just keep 10th Mountain whiskey right on the Riverwalk.
Yeah, just keep it on the river.
Weird plug, dude. Weird plug.
I'm pretty sure all the whiskey. that
We're
you
going
buy
to tag your shit on the fucking
won't
thing. Calm
make
down.
it to the river.
It might.
Probably.
If we go to the Riverwalk later, I might add some
So
processed whiskey into the river.
So we decided to leave that little cocktail party
Yeah.
and hit the street. But we had to finish the cocktail first. We were going to walk around. So
At this
we
point,
decided
Jazz and I, for some reason, we are fucking fired up.
we were excited.
We're excited.
I don't know why.
The show was fucking, like, it was good, but we looked at each other and I was like, Jazz, I think we could do a better job.
This is how I know we'd been drinking.
right?
Because all of a sudden, we just got off the stage with dudes that have been stand-up comics.
For like
we
30
left
years.
the show for 30 years. We're leaving the show going like, I think we'd have been funnier.
That's how we know we're drunk. So we start just fucking
Guarantee you.
chirping at people on the street, and they weren't making it hard.
No.
Like, there was one dude who walked by with an ice cream cone,
Oh my God, this
but he
fucking
was
guy.
eating it with a spoon out of the cone. And I was like,
So Mikey walks
what
up.
the fuck is wrong with you, you animal? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, fucking...
So he's sitting there. He's like, "Are you fucking serious with that spoon? Are you fucking eating ice cream with a spoon? That's a cone." He's like, and Mikey just goes, "Put your tongue in it." I literally just look over and I was like, "Is that your chick?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Really? She's right there, and you're not gonna sit there and show off what you can do with your tongue? It's fucking sad. Like, she's right fucking there." And Mikey was like, "When you're done with him, darling, you give me a call. We'll fucking take care of this." Like,
Is there a business card for that?
oh my God.
Yeah, right? Jesus. We were just like fucking with people.
Does your
Just,
man eat ice cream cones with a spoon?
yeah.
Yeah.
If so, call Mikey's tongue.
Yeah. freedomfriendspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, don't call Mikey's tongue. I don't want your fucking the caliber of woman that would go for a dude who eats ice cream out of a cone with a spoon is terrible. Plus, my wife will cut a bitch. It'd be great. I'm like, you know what? Call me. Go ahead. All right, because I'll send my wife to meet you. It'd be fucking great. We'll fucking video that shit and watch her beat your ass. It'd be great.
Your wife and my girl sound exactly alike.
My wife's from fucking Baltimore,
Yep.
and she will cut a bitch. Right? Like, she deadlifts like 245. Like, she's a fucking power lifter. Like, she is fucking ridiculously strong for her size, and does not take people's shit at all. She was a bartender in downtown Baltimore, so she's used to telling off like large ghetto motherfuckers just to go fuck themselves. Like, she's a trip, man. She's a trip. Which is why she puts up with my shenanigans somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we leave the street. We walk up. We're about ready to just walk back to the Burleson Beer Yard where we were originally at before the show. And it was about it had been like a 10-minute walk from where we were at. We're about ready to walk, and then I look up and I see pub on the street. And I'm like, Jazz, there's a pub. And he's like, oh, fuck. Let's go in the pub. It's a little busy in there. We walk in, and there was like fucking nerds everywhere.
In all fairness, I tried to immediately walk out because I walked in and there was like house music playing and like the lights were strobing and shit and all these people, and I tried to. So they carded me first. I got in. They were carding him. He got in. I was like, "This is not a pub. We should leave." I was
Yeah.
like, "This is
the
not
worst.
where we want to be."
This is false advertising. Like, a motherfucker, this is not a pub. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, dude, let's just get a drink. Fuck it. One drink. And we
Yeah.
get a drink, and we walk outside, and there's like a dude wearing a fucking suit.
With like a full rose button to it. And shit.
Right? And Jazz is like, is this guy fucking serious? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if he is or not. And then he was with like this really tall dude with a beard and a man bun.
Yeah.
And then there was like two fucking like weirdos like with him, and then some like chick with like purple
Yeah.
hair.
And then that little scrawny blonde kid.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird. It was like a weird group.
But they start like talking to us, and it turns out that they were in town for the video game fucking competition.
PAX South.
For
They
PAX
were here
South.
for PAX
At
South.
that point, Jazz committed.
Well, you know,
No.
one of them was on the Army esports team. Which was weird because we had just had this conversation.
And we brought it up. We were literally like, we just had a discussion about whether or not what you do is actually sports.
And I looked at this kid and I was like, I think I won.
Yeah.
I was like, and Jazz was even like, yeah, I don't think I can argue with you on this, man. I was
I
like,
had no argument whatsoever.
I was like, huh. Well, that one's settled. Right? And then fucking but they ended up, they were like, hey, we're looking for a place that's a little more low key. So we were like, well, I'll
Yeah,
tell
do
you
you know
what.
a better bar than this? Because this bar kind of fucking sucks.
And we were like, 100%, we do. We're actually going to go to one. They're like, well, we're going to take an Uber. So we jump in the Uber with them, and we go back to Burleson.
I'm not going to lie. I talked him into going to the bar I wanted to go to strictly to get them to pay for the Uber.
Yeah,
It was just
and that's
fucking-
really what happened. That's literally what happened.
Yeah.
So they paid for the Uber, and we sat there at our bar, at our normal watering hole, drinking cheap booze, and we closed it down. And then
Some of the conversations that happened at that bar were fucking weird.
yeah, they were weird. I
Big
don't
guy,
remember much.
big guy tried to flex a little bit. That was a little weird.
Yeah, that was funny. Well, he kept buying shots, and anybody who knows Jazz is not a shot drinker.
No.
Jazz does not take shots, because when Jazz takes shots, weird shit comes out of his mouth. And I warn these people.
You want a shot of 10th Mountain whiskey, bro?
You don't want that.
You don't want that. We definitely don't want a microphone in front of him when he does a shot. All right.
Fuck you guys.
Like we will have to redact the rest. Like you're gonna have to hit that mute button if Jazz takes a shot. Right? So, and I warned the people there. I was like, look, man. I was like, I'm gonna tell you now. He'll take your shot, but you cannot hold what he says against him once he starts, because you're pulling a string right now. All right, you're pulling a string, and it's like he's gonna say some shit, and it was instantaneous. Jazz took this shot of Jameson.
In all fairness, as soon as I took that shot, homeboy tried to pop off.
He did. He tried to fucking challenge Jazz, like call him like a pussy or some shit. And Jazz fucking unloaded just this barrage of shit. And now, granted, everybody who watches the show and knows the show knows that Jazz is not a big guy. Jazz is 5'7", 150 pounds. He's not a big dude. This dude,
6'3",
6'3",
240,
easy.
big
You
guy.
know, big dude.
How's that go? The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah, dude, it was not pretty.
This is a kid. All right, so this is a kid who, if he would have had a dad that cared about him, he probably would have played like in the NFL. But because, like, you know, grandma raised him, he now plays video games for a living. All right, now don't be wrong. This guy had a cool story. Like, he spent time in Japan playing video games on a tour and shit. Like, he's had a pretty cool life. He's traveling and stuff.
Is that like a traveling video game team?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
It
he was
is.
on a professional esports team.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, this kid had a cool story.
Yeah.
But it was fucking. He thought he was a little more well versed than Jazz was, and he learned real fucking quick that he was not.
Just kidding.
And meanwhile, I'm standing in the cut just in case this dude actually gets offended by what Jazz is saying, because I'm gonna knock him the fuck out.
Was this
And I'm
Saturday night?
This is Friday,
Oh.
and I'm prepared to knock him the fuck out if this shit goes down.
Yeah, because this dude, like,
I
so
was
he
just
hands me
waiting.
the shot, and
I
he
was
goes,
waiting for top rope.
This dude, he hands me the shot, and he goes, "This is what a shot looks like, because this is how some of us drink." And I was like, he hands me the shot. I look at Mikey, and I was like, "All right, Mikey."
He's like,
You got me?
Mikey's
Mikey's like, fuck.
I was like,
Mikey is holding his shot. He, like, looks left, looks right, and then goes, "Yeah, you're good." And I was like, "All right."
like, yeah. I looked around and I was like,
this.
I can literally, I can knock every one of these people out in like 2 seconds. I was like, yep, you're good, dude. Do your shit.
So,
Oh, you know how much better of a fucking.
and I don't remember the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure the first like waylay I went at this dude with
You went right for mom.
was like a 4-minute, and then I fucked your mom. Like, it was like this 4-minute where I took apart everything about him, and I was like, and if you don't believe everything I'm saying, your mom and I talked about it this morning. Like, it was like this, like it was just this huge
He
diatribe.
said something else, and he was like,
Those are fighting words, right
the guy
there.
said something. He was like, "Why don't you ask your sister?" And he goes, "I don't have a sister." Jeff was like, "Wait 9 months." I was like, "Fuck yes."
Yeah, it was.
Cheers to that shit talking.
It was fucking good. I was like, I was dying.
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
We got some 10th Mountain whiskey. That's a shot right there, bro.
I keep forgetting that half the Freedom Friends have never been with me while
No.
I've done shots.
Yeah.
No, they do. They don't
That's
want
because
to.
it's a very rare occurrence that
It's
you do
very
shots,
rare.
you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's pre-planned either.
No,
Yeah.
they're always fucking surprised.
And it's like, and they're almost like forced on you, where
Surprise.
you're like,
Yeah.
Fuck your mom.
all right, fine. You know what I mean? Like,
dude,
you know, like,
Mikey was going around the table though. Like he told the big dude, like he was like, look, you gave him a shot.
I fucking warned you.
Be prepared. He's looking around. And he was like, you two Asian dudes down on the end. He might say some racist shit to you. Like you just need to know like how this is going down.
I was like, he's gonna say something about you being Asian. Just heads up. And they were like, I'm good with it. I was like, all right.
Yeah, you're good. And then there was the purple-haired chick.
Who believed she was the shit?
Yeah. So this chick, I'm sitting there, and at this point, we had done, what, 2 picklebacks?
She looks at Jazz and she's like, I have a magic pussy. And Jazz goes, excuse me, what?
she goes, I have a magic pussy.
And nobody brought it up. That's the funny thing, is nobody asked this girl anything about anything.
No,
and
she just looked at
just
me.
walked up and was like, looks at Jazz, and I'm standing right next to her when she says it, and she just goes, I have a magic pussy. And he goes, excuse me? And he's like, blinks his eyes, and like, it was like that white guy meme going, what? You know, that's exactly what Jazz did. He was like, what?
She goes, I have a magic pussy. Nobody lasts longer than 10 seconds and sign me. I'm sitting there holding my drink, looked over and went like, that's probably because you only fuck boys. And like went back to my fucking conversation. And she was just like, well, no, you don't understand. Da, 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 da. So I look at Mikey and I was like, Mikey, she says she has a magic pussy. And she goes, it's telling you, it's tight, it's powerful. Da, 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 da. And he goes, and Mikey goes, I don't know who the fuck you're talking to. I got a wife and 2 kids. You ain't shit to me. And I was like,
I was gonna post this on our Facebook, and now
yeah. So
We warned you, bro.
we warned you, buddy.
We warned you, buddy.
The good
And this
thing is,
this
the
is
good
without
thing
me
is-
doing shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good thing is we'll open up a whole new audience for you guys.
Pornhub, here we come.
So essentially, we finished that crazy night out. Jazz and I walked back to the office where we were parked, and I'm content. I'm like, we're sleeping in a car. Like I'm not fucking driving. I'm hammered. Jazz is hammered. I'm hammered. I'm ready to sleep in a car. This fucking dick calls his old lady.
I called my own lady and said, hey,
our
I have no business driving my fucking car, but the car's in the Grundstall parking lot. I'm just going to sleep in my car. And my old lady goes, there's no fucking way you're sleeping in your car. I'm coming to get you. I was like, you don't have to come get me. I'll totally just sleep in my car. It's fine. I'll just come home in the morning.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you're not sleeping in the car. And she like tried to tell me it was illegal, like all this stuff to sleep in my car. And I'm like, I'm on private property. Like, I can't like park on Broadway and then sleep in my car.
Why don't you just go sleep in the tank?
I could have just slept in my tank.
I know.
Well, you even asked me like, do you have a code? And I was
Oh,
like,
right. Well, because I was like-
don't have a code.
Well, I have fucking hammocks in my office. I was like, if we had a fucking door code,
Yeah, we could set the hammocks up.
just fucking put hammocks up.
Oh fuck,
been
that'd have been fun.
So she was like, no, I'm coming to get you. And I was like, all right, whatever. And we live like 25 minutes or whatever. So she comes down there. So Mike and I just like stand outside and like shoot the shit. Now, I was told after the fact that apparently she got there around 3.
Yeah.
Because we got kicked out of the bar at like 2:20 or whatever.
Yeah.
When they
You guys
closed.
really got kicked out really after all that. That's it.
No, we didn't get kicked out.
No, well, it's like, the
It
bar
just
was
closed.
closed. They
It
were like,
closed,
"Dude,
so
fuck
they
it."
had to
Closed the
leave.
bar down. So they were out, and they were literally just picking our cups up, and we're like, you guys have to fucking go. Like you can't be here anymore.
Yeah.
So we fucking left, and I don't know what the fuck happened to all of them. I guess they got another Uber.
Yeah, I don't care.
So I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So we walked back to the cars and whatever. So we apparently stood outside for like half an hour just shooting the shit. My wife shows up, and we apparently the stories that we were like recapping the night from, we apparently told her the same stories like 4 times.
Really?
For like
Does she listen to the show?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
no, not anymore. She used to, but then she was like,
Yeah.
fuck this. So then apparently we stood out there and told her the same 3 stories like 4 times for an hour.
That's because we have fucking like alcohol-induced Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys remember all this shit.
dude.
So
like,
I was like, okay, whatever. So I had to ask her the next day. I was like, what time did we even fucking get home? She was like, 5 a.m. We get home at
Get the fuck
5
outta here.
a.m.
Oh.
Apparently,
here's what I know.
apparently we kept her there.
I fell asleep in my car. I was charging my phone because my phone had died. I was going to charge my phone and text my wife. And I fell asleep in my car, and I wake up at 10 minutes to 8 in my car. And I'm like, oh, fuck. It is definitely daytime. And I'm like, oh, shit. Sure as hell. Look at my phone. My wife's like, where the fuck are you? And I'm like, I call her. I'm like, hey, I just woke up. I was in my car, fell asleep, passed out. I'm on my way home. And all she said was, you're an asshole. I was like, I know. Sorry. And she's like, see you in a bit.
Oh my
Hang
God.
up.
Yeah.
So that was fucking Friday.
So tell us about Saturday.
Saturday, I had a Satmar meetup.
Before you even guys go in that, just your Friday night alone, Ramsey, if you're listening to me, these guys look like assholes compared to me.
Sorry, Ramsey.
Hey. Some of us play in the pros, and some of us are just cheerleaders. It's all good.
So Saturday, I had a Satmar meetup. So me and the boys went to Blue Bonnet Palace, got hammered. Pretty standard night.
Dude,
Nothing
Blue Barn's
crazy.
fucking been there forever.
Oh, yeah.
That is an old
Yeah.
fucking bar.
Yeah, dude, it's always a good time though.
Yeah.
It's always such a shit
I've
show.
always had a good time
Huge
there.
too.
So we get hammered there. I fucking get an Uber home, go home, and Sunday my parents were in town, and we took my oldest. They do like an 8-year trip for the kids when they're 8.
Okay.
And we took them to a Monster Jam on Sunday.
Wait, you have kids?
I have 2. Yeah, we have 2
Wow,
boys.
what a degenerate.
Yeah, totally. It's true. It's true. Yeah.
Look, in all fairness, his kids and his wife are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
No.
I'm
Why-
stoked.
I'm actually proud of him.
Why-
very
True to your
fucking-
story, I'm proud of you.
I'm lucky. I'm a lucky dude.
I'm proud of both of you. I gotta admit.
yeah, I'm a
'Cause
lucky
for,
dude.
for like this, I thought the 2 of you were living on the street.
No. No.
If it weren't for the 2 good women that we have in our lives, we probably fucking would be.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah, so we took the kid to Monster Jam. I'd never been to a Monster Jam. It
Dude,
was
did he
based.
dig it? Because I know we were talking about it.
It's a good time.
No, like,
Yeah.
did your kid like? Did he
Oh,
fucking?
he fucking went batshit. Yeah, he loved it. Yeah,
Nice.
he fucking loved it.
Because I know we
so-
were talking about like we're going. I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm gonna give him some Ear Pro and just let him fucking go wild.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Not a fan of the Ear Pro.
That's a Maduro too.
Didn't dig the Ear Pro.
Didn't like the Ear Pro, but yes, I made him wear it, so that was the majority of us fighting the whole time. But
Dude, I'm glad to hear that he liked the shit.
yeah, no, he fucking loved it, man. So that was my weekend in a nutshell. So yeah.
No, Mikey's kids are actually legitimately. They're pretty awesome kids.
Yeah, they're
like I had a
fucking-
chance to meet a couple.
And they're from him.
Allegedly.
They look like me. I know they look like me.
Do
Allegedly.
they have the beard?
One of them's questionable, and it's because of the below the belt.
Oh yeah. Dude, that's the one I took to Monster Jam. The kid's hung to his fucking knee.
Yeah.
Like he did not get the Irish curse.
Legitimately,
that
one of
dude.
them
He's
is a fucking tripod.
Dude,
It's ridiculous.
hung to his fucking
Yeah.
dude. This kid's cock is obscene, bro. It's fucking obscene, and it's
This
like.
conversation just went south and
No.
real
Dude,
south.
all I know is my oldest son, he is gonna make some lady very fucking happy someday.
All I know is that your oldest son needs to get a fucking license to carry because that goddamn thing is a weapon.
Right? Like fuck, and he's not bashful. Like Jazz knows this because he walked out of the bathroom like fucking swinging, like
Yeah.
look at my dick. Like, and I was like, put your pants on, dude. What are you
Fucking
doing?
walked out just like, hey. And I was like, shit.
I was like, dude, you're 8.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Like,
Fucking Mikey goes in there, comes back.
I
and goes,
hope the fact that the first time we do a 10th Mountain, like, you know what I mean, like, introduction to Texas is not going to be the whole thing about swinging dick.
Welcome to the Freedom
Dude,
Friends.
you might not
bud.
want to come to fucking Texas.
Sorry, Tyrone.
The best part was Mikey goes in to like fucking help his kid put his pants back on or whatever, like you do with an 8-year-old, and comes back out and he goes, I know that fucking kid was wearing underwear when he went in that bathroom, and there is no underwear to be found. Like I don't know.
I don't know
And
what
was
the fuck
like,
you're doing.
I was like, that's fucking impressive. Like I don't even know what he did.
I still don't know. Fuck. I still don't know.
No, but they're legitimately good kids. Until they want to fucking hit you with a pop quiz on fucking animal biology and shit. And you're like, I wasn't actually paying attention.
Yes, we heard half your weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was your Saturday, buddy?
I fucking nerded out, man. I went to
Because
Pack South.
you were hungover like me.
Yeah, but I was fucking, because I called you, like,
Yeah.
on my way to PAX. And I was
Yeah.
like, hey, did you make it home? You okay? Da-da-da-da-da. And you were like, yeah, and you told me, like, I slept in my car or whatever, and then I
Yeah.
got home. And, so I was on my way to PAX South, which is the big gaming convention going on downtown. So I went down there,
60s, 70s where you want it.
and I was fucking hungover. I was not in a good fucking way. And
No, Saturday was rough, man.
yeah, I was not in a good way. So I decided that the best thing to do was to go to a 100,000 person convention in a convention hall and fucking walk around fucking hungover.
Always a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with
Like, hey, speaking of that, SHOT Show's coming up next week.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So so it was interesting because as we've discussed several times on the show, I'm a huge nerd and I love gaming and all that kind of stuff. And so I go to PAX to see what the vendors are offering, like what's coming in the upcoming year. And
Anything good? Anything good coming out?
yeah, there's some like heavier hitter boutique game companies that are releasing some really, really good stuff on the board game side. And then I'm kind of keeping my eye actually on a new streaming platform that's coming out that's going to be a Twitch competitor, and they had a huge presence there.
Really?
So that was kind of interesting. And then, but yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. And then there was some other industry stuff there that was kind of cool to see. There was some single source solutions for, like, if you're trying to be an independent publisher, like you have a game concept but don't know how to get it like into market.
Yeah.
These guys can literally help you with everything from your Kickstarter campaign to getting your box made to all of the little
God, I wanna make
widgets
a
and everything
Freedom
that goes in
Friends
the
game.
box and all that kind of stuff. Like
Oh man.
I want to make a
Yeah.
Freedom Friends game.
it was so it was pretty cool. There's some neat stuff coming.
I feel like it'd be a mix between Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto.
yeah
Yeah. But you have to be hammered the whole time.
Everybody gets a gun and just run.
yeah.
Get a gun and a bottle of whiskey. Good luck.
The
Speaking of
really
that,
interesting thing was
did
that'll
the-
make you feel old is there was probably 5 or 6 vendors there that were only selling vintage shit, like still in the box, like NES systems and shit
Nice.
like that. And it was just like, and they were like, and I mean the prices were insane.
Oh yeah.
It was like $600 or $700 to get a
Because
hold of these
hipsters
things
eat
that we
that
were all
shit
like
up, dude.
fucking hitting with hammers and shit trying to get it to work. And all these people were like, I want this kind
It's like
of
I
pain
don't
in
even
my
have a
life.
TV that'll fucking work this thing
Yeah, I'm
anymore,
like,
man.
Jesus, what the
Like,
fuck is wrong? And like all the cartridges were like in glass cases and shit. I was like, you know, you have 8,000 times that power, like in your cell phone.
I
Yeah.
have to blow on this to get it to work.
like,
I
But
tell
they
her
had the
yes
gold-
every
Blow
on it,
time.
bro.
but they had the
Oh.
golden Zelda, man. The original
Yeah,
golden
fuck,
Zelda.
man. It was crazy.
Dude, that was amazing. Nintendo,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what
Absolutely.
they were selling there. These weren't like remakes or whatever. They were all the original shit, and it was just
Yeah.
like, and there was lines, like mobs of people trying to get at it. It was kind of bonkers. And but the U.S. Army esports team literally had this huge booth there. I mean, it
Yeah.
was 30 by 50, this massive fucking booth that was all set up, and they were like challenging people to come in and play
What the fuck was
like
that?
2-on-2
I
stuff.
don't even know what the fuck just happened.
What
you
do you-
guys put gasoline on my beer?
Fucking breathing fire, bro. Jesus Christ.
But
It's your cigar? What the hell?
I had to give shit to this one dude though, because there
I'll
was a
take credit
staff
for it.
sergeant
Yeah.
fucking
Classic
playing
guy.
in his green beret, because there was a goddamn 18 Echo on the Army esports team.
Dude,
And he was in his beret with the fucking headphones on.
that
and
was one of the
everything on it.
conversations I had with that kid that night at the bar.
Yeah,
Because I was
so-
like, he was sitting there trying to tell me how I was like, bro, I was like, I'm not discounting what you're doing as not being cool. It's a cool fucking side
Yeah, but what
gig.
the fuck's the point?
I was like, but where on the battle space, besides in drone warfare, are you going to use this? And he's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm recruiting. I'm like, dude, you're recruiting kids that can't fucking lift their own goddamn
Yeah.
fork, let alone fucking do a pull up, man. Like, I'm like, he's like, well, it's spreading awareness. I'm like, the fucking army is people are well aware that we have an army, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm like you don't
Well,
need
I
to
will
spread
admit
awareness.
was out of even with the time I was in and stuff like that, the one thing I do have to give this is that this effort was creating far more engagement than I've seen in a lot of other recruiting efforts. Because I've seen it like my Spartan races and stuff. You'll go and SOF will be there, or just the U.S. Army will have a recruiting tent. There's not a motherfucker there talking to those dudes.
Yeah.
But at this thing, their booth was packed. I mean, there was people everywhere in there trying to take on these soldiers in this video game to see if
That's
they could
funny.
fucking take them down
Well,
and
it's,
shit. Like,
it's false pretenses, man, because it's like now you got kids that are gonna fucking think they can join the army and play video games, and the recruiters they're just gonna fucking lie to them. They're just gonna be like, yeah, bro, just
but
fucking
time
join.
out, though.
You're
But
gonna
time
fucking
out. Time
you know.
out. So back when we joined, if there was that going on, how many more of us would have joined the military? You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like at our time when we joined, the recruiters used every tool that we could
Yeah.
they could use to get us to go in.
Look, after seeing it in action, I totally
Thank you.
agreed with you that night when we were talking about it.
Yeah,
After seeing it in action,
it is a good recruiting tool.
fucking hell, it's effective. Like, it was good. And the thing is that the people that were in that booth, they're not who you think they were. It's not all these dudes with permanently orange fingers from fucking Cheetos and shit like that. Like, what was the one that you said was a good idea to mix with that? The rye? Sorry, the booze guy is making me a whiskey on whiskey cocktail, so I'm kind of curious how this is going to turn out. Pretty excited about it, actually.
Ryan Cordial.
Ooh,
But no, after seeing it in action, it legit was. Thank you, sir. It was fucking effective, and the guys that were there were dudes that you can tell like, they had that work balance.
this is fucking delicious,
But let's face it,
motherfucker.
we know a lot of Joes that spend
fuck.
a lot of time playing video games in their downtime.
Oh, that's
they
true.
had them in the box. They had all that kind of stuff. So
Sure.
it essentially what the Army clued into was they have found a breach point with a communication and a dialogue they can start having with people, and it opens up that dialogue. Whereas before, you know, they'd show up with a pop-up tent and a table, and they would just go, "You want to serve your country?" And it never fucking worked. Like, nobody fucking walked up to that.
Fuck, you signed up.
Dude,
They got our asses,
Got
bro.
me.
Shit.
Not because of intent.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
so I mean, I have to admit it was fucking effective. And I was watching. I met the NCOIC that was there. I met the lieutenant colonel that was in charge of the project. Like, I met him there, and I was talking to him and stuff like that. And then I just asked if I could hang out and watch a little bit and stuff. And I watched these guys talk, and never once, not once, did they bring up or talk about the fact that they were looking to build the esports team or anything like that. Actually, what they reinforced was this is a passion that all these soldiers had, but they all come from different walks of life. Like, that's an 18 Echo. This guy's just an infantryman. This guy, like, and they broke it all down that some of them had skilled MOSs and some of them didn't. But I think the argument is they're trying to show.
That was an underlying insult.
that was a little bit of a dig.
I was waiting to see which one of you would catch it. Yeah.
I'm actually surprised you did.
Yeah. So, but one thing I have to do is, the idea was that although the Army's a lifestyle, it is not you join and you're an Apache helicopter mechanic and that's just what you do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The whole concept was you can have this lifestyle and you can have this job and you can do it, and there is still an amount of normalcy that comes along with being in the service as well. It opened up a very healthy dialogue into a demographic that arguably they've never been able to tap into before.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, you can dig this side, and then you can also go and do all this high speed hood shit when you want to. Like it's like you can have both of it. So I have to say, after seeing it in action, it's kind of a good fucking play. Like
Nice.
So John, how about you? Weekend?
I laid down on a really big fan. That was my weekend. No, I did indoor skydiving. I went to iFly in San Antonio.
Nice.
And my 255-pound ass found a fan that's big enough where it actually lifts me up off the ground. It was.
They had to crank it up.
They did.
It was a high
No.
powered, like,
Well,
was
so
like hydro?
when you're in the little, I don't know, fucking tube, for lack of better words,
Tunnel.
Silo.
tunnel. There we
Tunnel.
go. There's a screen that shows like your flight time, how much time you have left, and then it shows like the wind speed. And so,
what's the wind speed that will move you, John?
I'm getting there. 'Cause it's great.
Ultra 1000.
Yeah. So we. I mean, there's a group. There's probably. Like, you have to sign up for your time frame, and then you and like 8 to 10 other people get all suited up, and then you all go in and wait, and then they rotate everybody through.
Do you wear those like squirrel suit things?
No,
to
it's
get
just
you more lift?
it's just a regular. Essentially, all it does is keep your clothing from getting ripped off your body. So it's like a one-piece suit with a zipper and
I don't
Velcro
wanna do
over
it
the
anymore.
zipper. It's actually kind of fun.
I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I was
But,
on board, and now.
But so
Yeah, I was
now
on
that-
board
now
if I
that the
thought
squirrel
all my
suit's
clothes
not
were
there,
getting
now I'm
ripped
out.
off
Well,
mid-flight.
I mean,
but
I'm willing to bet that you can ask them, and they'll be like, "Yeah, we could probably do that."
Go after hours.
I mean,
I mean,
I'm down.
so
But,
if we went and did it nothing but banana hammocks,
Time out.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen the
It's delicious.
video- have you ever
Yeah,
seen-
little ice.
Have you ever seen the video?
and then all your
of the
clothes just
guy-
get ripped off, and it's just you in a tuxedo speedo
Have
just
you ever
floating
seen the
around.
guy skydiving naked?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
His dick is flapping so hard.
Oh, that would hurt.
My-
That would hurt so
My
much.
favorite video that gets passed around in
Blah,
like,
blah, blah, blah,
Messenger
blah,
is
blah,
the
blah.
blah, 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 where the chick is naked skydiving tandem.
Fucking great.
And that is my favorite fucking video that gets thrown around on the internet all the time. That
So
fucking
fucking
shit.
good.
Every time I watch it through and it's so fucking funny to me.
I have so not seen this. Where is
Oh
that?
man.
Oh, dude, you know what?
Google like nude skydiving.
Dude, I just got it sent to
Mike-
me. Like,
Mikey's
fucking
probably
a couple
got it.
days
Be fucking
ago.
If I
careful
see
what you
nude
ask for.
skydiving and his kid, that's gonna be weird.
No.
Yeah, I want to see.
Kid, me, the son of a bitch can touch the ground. Jesus.
Yeah. His kid's never going to be able to skydive because it's just pole vault. It's just,
Fucking
But
ridiculous.
so they suit us all up. We do this little training class, and they're pretty much like, relax.
Don't do it.
Hand and arm signals, because you can't hear anything in there. So like we're gonna show you how to keep put your legs straight, bend your legs,
Whoa,
put your
John.
hands.
no gang signs, please.
Sorry, that's what they were doing though. They're throwing up gang signs in there. It's crazy. I was like, I got you, bro. Like, no, why'd you shoot that? No, but so we get there and like it was kind of like my experience in airborne school, where you kind of walk in and you don't really know what's going on, and then you realize, fuck, like might be going first, but it wasn't me. Instead, it was this like 6-year-old kid that was sitting next to me that weighed like 45 pounds soaking wet, and he was first out of the whole entire group to go. Right, and his parents weren't even in there with him. They were outside watching, they're, like waving at little Timmy, like "Good luck, kid," and he'd like look in his face when they're like, "Let's go," and he's like, And I'm like, "You got this, man." I'm like, "It's fucking easy," and he's just like, "Okay." So he walks
John's
out
like,
there.
"I don't know if that's true."
I was like, "I have no idea what's going on," but that dude's going in with a smile now. But so I'm
launch him
watching
to
the
the
wind
top of the
speed, and the wind
building.
speed's like 95 miles an hour. And I'm like, okay, cool, like whatever. So they literally pick the kid up and bring him into the tunnel, and they're like holding him down so he doesn't like get lift off into the oblivion of space. And so the kid's doing fucking great because Mikey just pulled up the video.
We're watching Cooch go down like 30,000 feet.
My favorite fucking internet video ever, man. Right there.
So the kids that did it were fucking champs because they didn't overthink anything. All they did was relax, and they got good body position, good whatever,
Sure,
and
'cause
just
they just
kind of floated there.
ragdolling
Yeah,
it.
they're like, whatever, cool, this is awesome, I'm having a great time. So I'm next, right? So we go from like this 50-pound kid to 255 pounds. I'm 6'1". I'm not really, but
Pure burger.
yeah. There's a lot of whiskey. It's been a lot of time getting where I'm at.
Hey, the tastiest steaks are the one with fat on them.
Bro,
That's all
I
I'm
made,
going to say.
I made
But
a, made me a
so I
filet last
watch
night.
and I
It's
watch
fucking
the
delicious.
miles per hour in a little screen, and it goes from like 95, goes up to 100, 105, and you can at this point you can hear the there's a giant difference, right? And it gets up to like 120, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And it's like 125, and I'm like, and the guy's just like, not letting me go yet, and it's like 130. Finally got to like 136, and he's like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to fucking do this.
136
yeah.
miles an hour.
So I'm like, fuck it, let's go.
So were you worried about hitting the top or the bottom?
The bottom. It wasn't about the top. I didn't think he had enough.
I'm starting to lose faith in this fan.
Yeah.
And it's weird to hear about guys hitting the top and the bottom, to be honest with you. So how'd that go?
I've never done it before in my life, so I don't know. But so we get in, and I kind of get stabilized, and I'm like, oh, I remember from doing this, and when I was a private, and I used to have to put a K-pot upside down and balance on my stomach, my hands off the ground, so I'm fucking golden. So I get right in that position, and the dude just fucking thumbs up the whole way, and I'm like, I got this. He's like, you done this before? I'm like, nope, not in the air. But so then they actually had cranked it up to about 140, and then I could stabilize, 3-4 feet off the ground, and it was cool as fuck. You're literally just floating there in air, and you're just like, this is the weirdest feeling in the world, but it's kind of cool. And then
Then they just turned it off.
no, they don't. Yeah, wham! I was thinking, I'm like, what if a belt breaks and the fan stops, and you just wham! You're 20 feet up and you just fall and hit this metal screen. But so for the last 30 seconds of the last flight that I did, you have to do so many flights and get proficient in being able to turn left and turn right and move forward and backwards and all this stuff before they just let you have fun. It's safety, because you can really get the wrong
yourself
position
into that
and then just
plexiglass
go
tube.
fucking head first into the wall and break your neck. It literally can happen. And so that the suits, you have a little handle so they can make sure or whatever. And one of the things that it's an extra $10 or something, and they take you all the way from the bottom all the way to the top, and you do circles, and they bring you up and down 4 or 5 times. And I'm like, if I don't pay for that, what do I get? They're like, you just float at the bottom. I'm like, here's $10, thanks. Let's do this. And I'm like, mind you, I'm 255 pounds. They're like, we got this. I'm like, okay. So before, when I said that they cranked it up to 136 and then to 140, I stabilized really good. I'm in this fucking tunnel, and I can't see the screen at this point, but I can hear how much they turn this thing up. Put this other dude in there. The dude grabs my sides, and all of a sudden, I'm at the top of the fucking thing. And I'm like, this is the coolest fucking thing in the world. I'm like, this is so awesome. And he's like, this is, before we got in, he's like, it's like, this is the roller coaster ride part of it. And he goes, you don't feel anything. It's not like you get the weight loss feeling or anything like that. But you don't have to focus on being stable in any way. Just fucking sit there. I'm going to hold on to one arm and one leg, and we're just going to fucking spin and go up and down the whole time. I'm like, done, let's fucking do this. And so I kind of talked a little bit of shit to the dude beforehand, and I was like...
Why is that the mistake that every fucking Joe makes?
Why do we do this?
We're going to go into a situation where you have no control, and we're like,
If you want a good ride,
Pussy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to fly in a P-41 Mustang. And before I get in that
Jesus,
fucking
yeah.
bird,
Hell yeah.
I am going to talk the most shit.
All
I
kinds
can
of
do.
shit.
I don't care if I throw up.
right, just be
Yeah,
like,
whatever.
This can't be that fucking exciting. I've been a lot faster shit now. It's old technology, and then there's going to be like, motherfucker, just...
Yeah, so the dude's fucking, we're whipping around in fucking circles, going up and down like crazy, and then literally he just fucking throws me out the door. And so, and the only thing they tell you is, with your hands, grab the door, and then as soon as you put your feet straight up and down vertical, you don't have any wind resistance or lift, and then you can just walk out of there. And I'm like, cool. So as he's throwing me out of this door, the only thing that went through my mind is put your feet down. And so he's throwing me. My hands didn't even touch the door. I put my feet down. I'm like, boom, stuck the landing. And I'm like, fuck yeah. I walked and sat down. And the little kid that went first gives me a little fist bump. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
fucking good day.
Yeah, that was it. It's
Damn, man. It sounds like we all had a fucking good weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I'm into that.
So that brings us to our no shit.
So no shit stories.
Yeah.
We're going to pass that one off.
Because we already went over what we're drinking.
Jason did a good Sono shit
We
story.
already fucking,
we got a preface of it before the show. And we're like, yep, you got to tell that one. So without further ado,
Let's hear it. Let's hear the so no shit.
To the listeners out there right now, I've actually gone through 2 different cigars from these guys from I am not kidding you. This is the best cigars I've actually had in a long time. So props to every single one of you for putting a lot of
to
love
these two.
into what you guys do.
By the way, they did sleep with Jason for those reviews.
Yes. And that's where I get the good ratings. I'm saying 95 from Josh and Steve. No, it's funny as hell because we always talk about, like, you know, funny stories being country as boys. But my brother and I actually grew up country as fuck. And my dad, he, being as country outlaw as he was, he wanted to make sure that my brother and I had, like, a decent lifestyle. But we grew up on, like, about 26 acres. But we had, like, a whole front yard that my brother and I actually had to maintain. And we had to, like, you know, mow every single freaking day. And I'm not kidding you. We had to maintain, landscape, all of that. It was like a big thing because my dad had a body shop. It was just, he had an OCD. So he's like, make sure like the whole like property was maintained to a T.
Choring.
Bushes, chores, everything.
Picking rocks.
However,
Picking stones.
my dad made a big mistake and he
Pulling teeth.
he gave my my brother and I Crossman, what was it, 2200?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the Crossman 2200, like, you know, BB gun. Yeah, but it also had a pellet option.
Well, that was the one with the black diamond on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking, that was
So
a
my
great
brother
pellet
and I
gun.
had one tree sitting out front. So we sat outside, and I sat up on the top level where my brother's room was at, and we had about 100 yards for my brother to run, and it was one or two of us that we had to have a hand on the oak tree out front, and this is what we did. As soon as the hand left the tree, you were free to shoot.
Your brother.
Yep. So we pumped that BB gun as much as we could, but one time I just pumped it about 12 times with a
Jesus
pellet,
Christ.
and my brother ran a straight line. Now that's his fault.
Yeah, you got a serpentine. You're playing that game. Serpentine is key. Right? Yeah.
For the last
You have to shuck and jive.
the last 20 years, my brother's been trying to figure out why he had like a shoulder problem, because he kept like thinking like there's something wrong, there's something tearing. He's like had an MRI. The MRI came back that he actually said that he's like, hey, there's actually metal in your shoulder. And I remember I actually shot my brother. He ran a straight line. And that was his fault. I shot him.
Well.
When I got him, we were so like afraid as hell because
How old were you at this point?
we were probably 12 years old.
Nice.
Yeah. But my brother, like, literally like, sat there. He's like, we're not going to the hospital, nothing. So I taped him up. And about, 30 years later, now my brother's got freaking a problem. And I'm really sorry about it. But they found a
Sorry,
pellet in his freaking shoulder.
So
And I swear to God, as country boys, that's how we grew up.
we had the same pellet gun, my brother and I.
Yeah.
My brother fucking shot me with a roly-poly.
Oh,
Fucking
I already
beetle.
know the roly-poly.
He put it in there and he shot me in the leg with a fucking roly-poly, and I roly-poly my leg for like a year.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross.
It's so funny to see the MRI, like the picture of the pellet in my brother's MRI. He's just like, yeah, my shoulder problem might be due to the fact that I have a pellet still in there. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, so are you still mad? He's like, kind of.
Did they take the pellet out?
Oh, no, hell no. They're going to leave it in there. I think you should get it tattooed.
Hell yeah. Tattoo
anyway,
a
so,
little, tattoo
hey.
a little, like a little target
brother.
right on his shoulder.
Yeah.
As good as dodgeball as Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally ran a straight line. I don't know why he did it that day. Normally we zigzagged, like, you know what I mean?
Counting on
But
speed.
here we go.
Maybe he thought speed was the solution. Just,
Speed. I hit him in 10 feet when he hit off that oak tree.
Well, to be fair, how far away were you?
I was probably 100 yards off.
it's a hell of a shot. With
Oh, it's a good
fucking
shot
pellet
then.
gun.
That's not
Yeah, I'm a
bad.
damn good shot. Yeah, I got it.
I mean, okay.
I mean, he missed his eye by like a foot and a half. But
No.
I mean, if you're 100 yards away though, I'm leaning towards it's your brother's fault.
Yeah. It's
Like,
100% my brother's
If you're
fault.
100 yards away, like,
Brett,
'cause
if
I've been
you're out
shot-
there listening to
I've
this,
been shot
it's
by a
100%
pellet gun
your fault.
Over 100 yards away.
you knew the rules of the game.
And
bro.
like I remember it caught me in the fucking back, and I was like,
When you
running away
leave
from
the
a dude.
tree,
and I got
when you
shot because I
leave the
wasn't
tree.
hooking and jiving.
Correct.
Yeah.
When you leave the tree, if you run a straight line, you're a straight line shot.
So he ran straight back at you.
No, he
Like
ran
towards
straight
you?
away from me.
Oh, Yeah.
So you didn't have to lead it. You just fucking.
That's like a deer in the headlight, man.
Just
Yeah.
aim a little high and boonk.
It's like a blondie in a bar. You already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, get rejected.
Done. Psst.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so
Fucking
that's
A.
my holy shit factor. So, cheers, guys. I really appreciate you guys being me, like inviting me onto this podcast and letting us enjoy 10th Mountain Whiskey. And
great.
It's really
you guys
good, man.
having
I'm a big fan of this sweet shit, man. This
I'm going to chime in real quick because we haven't done a what are we drinking.
Alpenglow.
We kind of went over all the 10th Mountain stuff that's here.
I've lost track.
sage infused
but
peach vanilla.
We're actually I think we're drinking a little bit of a mixture right now
Yeah, so I think it's important that we cover this last drink.
because this is
that
delicious.
You've blended up for everybody.
What'd you mix that with, the rye?
I think it's the rye.
The
right?
Alpenglow.
You said it was like a 70-30 on the blend.
Yeah,
so why don't you
we
break
are,
that down for us?
We are 100% successful on like making this like mad mistake, and I gotta thank Jeremy for this. We kind of like came up with this like crazy mix, like you know how like there's things like you wake up the next day, you're like, holy shit, what the hell is that? And then you just like shoot it, like you don't know what it is. There might be a cigarette butt and whatever in it. Well, we actually came up with
Sounds like a
something-
barracks party.
Yeah, something way better than that. So we actually have.
What was their magic
our-
pussy there?
This is called the panty
No.
dropper. The panty dropper. So the panty dropper from 10th Mountain Whiskey is our Alpenglow, which is our, sage, vanilla, peach, and sage cordial, which mixes really well with our rye whiskey. And you guys are tasting it right now.
That's good.
That's not
And it
bad.
makes so good with your guys' cigars. I'm so excited about the collaboration we are about to do. So this is what we're about to do. I hope that God, that everybody who's listening to me right now and the rest of the crew, that they see what we are about to do is going to be amazing. The whiskey and the cordial concept with the cigars that these guys like produce, it's going to be ridiculous. So look for it, and I'm going to give it back to these guys who are the experts.
I don't know if we're experts.
I wouldn't go with the
We've
expert.
been pretty straight up for the last 30 episodes that we are mediocre.
Fuck,
at
these guys are
fucking
experts. They're like not even close.
So,
It's a
that
bunch of
being
guys with
said,
beards. Who gives a
with
shit?
The collaboration comment, what's everybody smoking? Because we didn't cover that part.
Yeah.
Let's break it down here.
Yeah, I'm on my second cigar as well. I started with the old my old standby. Went to the old 762 Field Sumatra. Big fan of that one. Everybody knows that's my go-to. But now I'm on the Maduro, man. I went with the 50 cal Field for this one, and I got to be honest, I can taste a visible difference with this cordial and this cigar. It's really fucking good. Like, it's really good. It pairs amazing with this fucking cigar. Like, so, fucking good job. I looked over, I saw that you were smoking one,
Yeah.
so I was like, I'm gonna go for it.
So you told me when you walked in, like, he's like, I don't really care for Maduros, yada yada. I'm like, let me give you this Maduro. Try this one. This is our mild.
Try this later. That one's gonna be better.
And it lets a lot of the flavors come through, being more mild. And I don't think you probably don't. I don't know. You probably don't get that aftertaste that you do with most other Maduros.
Yeah.
But the drink that they actually
Oh, yeah, totally
the
drink
idea of the caramels and the vanillas, they actually they help the cigar profile out.
Yeah.
Like 100%. And what you're getting is amazing because it actually pops out, and you know it because you as soon as you smoke and have one drink,
Yeah.
it's just oh my goodness, it's a perfect cigar drink.
Because with this Maduro, you get a little bit of, by itself, you get a little bit of, you get a little sweetness, a little cocoa, and so yeah, when you pair it with, with the
Flip it over.
with the cordial, it
Pull it down. Nope,
yeah, it does
right
pop
there.
out some flavors. So.
I'm smoking
I'm
a.
really excited. You guys have actually had 2 or 3 cigars with a mix of 10th Mountain, and I feel that every single one of them blends so well with what you guys are doing here. I'm really excited about the collaboration that we're about to build together, being military-backed companies, and you guys doing such an amazing job being veteran-backed.
It's a great community.
I'm beyond stoked about everything, and every single one of you guys has been amazing. So I really appreciate you guys giving us the time. And hey,
fuck it. Let's just like drink some whiskey and have a good time, huh?
Dude, that's our life.
That's it.
That's our life. Well, thank you. We want to thank you for coming on the show, man. We think you make a great product. It's really good. I'm seriously enjoying this, especially with this cigar coupled with it. I think it's great.
So when's this? Is this available in Texas?
Yeah, so we're with a great distribution company, and we are going to make a more presence in Texas in the next couple years, being myself actually doing it. So you guys are going to see me down here all the time.
And where?
And I'm going to piss you guys off every single freaking time. Yeah.
Where,
Piss us off by bringing us,
I really think that you
drinks,
guys,
man.
like, you know what I mean, have horrible dress codes and, like, you know,
God.
I'm really going to, like, help you guys out. Like,
where?
no, I'm just kidding.
Where can
I
everybody
think it's-
find
Yeah,
it?
we all need ivory buttoned fucking
Yeah, we-
button shirts.
Thank you very much for, like, letting me dress good.
Mikey, they're called
'Cause-
Pearl Snaps.
Nothing says class.
I'm
like
gonna make sure-
snap shirts.
Nothing says class. Like, I swear to God, 10th Mountain Whiskey.
Where
I'm
where
trying
can
to make
You
sure
can
that
stop
we do
plugging
it.
it, man. We already fucking tagged you in the
I said 10th Mountain Whiskey.
where can everybody find you guys?
Yeah, where can
Social
we find
media.
it? Social media wise.
We're gonna find you. We're gonna find you before that. We're like creepers. No. Aren't you a creeper?
We can tell.
Nah, you can find us on 10thmountainwhiskey.com, and you can order right to your door. But in Texas, right here, be prepared because I'm about to be down here like every single freaking month. So you guys are gonna see us.
So essentially, Google 10th Mountain Whiskey, and you'll find it. So you can find them on Google. Probably Facebook.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
We'll tag them on our stuff.
We'll
so
tag
it's
them on
fine
our stuff.
there.
Jazz.
Fuck boys. I think it's about that time.
I think it's about that time.
I love that you always call us fuckboys.
It's fuck.
Comma.
boys.
Yeah.
Fuck. Comma. Boys.
Say comma from now on.
Fuck boys.
Fuck boys.
Comma.
All right, what have we learned here today? We've learned that apparently pearl snaps are classy.
Goddamn right they are.
Apparently good weekends are contagious.
They are. They are.
Go to
Amen
your
to
local
that.
bar for pay-per-view fights because you'll be really pissed off if you're $70 in for 40 seconds.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
10th Mountain Whiskey's
10th
delicious.
Mountain Whiskey's fucking delicious. And turns out freedom is still fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So go out there, find us wherever you can find your local podcasts. Like, share, subscribe, tell your mom, tell your friends. And
Just don't let Jazz around your mom.
just
Because then you'll have a sister in 9 months. Fucking beautiful.
and
Don't give Jazz shots. We learned that.
learn that too. So that being said, gentlemen, I'd like to thank every single one of you for being my freedom friends.
Absolutely.
Hey, if I can give the cheers real quick. Yeah. We all say this to everybody. Seriously, put them up, put them up, put them up, put them up. Thank you very much for everybody who's been here. We say, walk with us. Cheers.
Cheers.
So with that being said, as always, we want to thank every single one of you freedom-loving motherfuckers out there for tuning in. And like we always say here on the show, we bid you to smoke on, drink on, and freedom the fuck on.
Hell
See
yeah.
you guys later, everybody.
Laters.